Well, gang, it looks like we got another mystery on our hands. You might want to put your puppers on a leash because holy smokes, it ain't no dang joke. Guys, apparently they are officially talking about finding alien life, alright? I want to show you that clip, and apparently we have another guy, a guy in Colombia that shot like a sphere tap UFO. Maybe some of you have seen it already, but then we got another clip in which he grabs the UFO sphere ball, brings it over and pets it like it was some chihuahua, like he was petting a chihuahua. It's insane, it's mental. Wait till you see that one, but we're gonna jump right into it. If you're new here, you do not have to subscribe, you do not have to like the video. I really appreciate all the support, but I post random stuff, you guys know, so there's no point in subscribing. But first of all, check this out. Roll it.
It appears we are not alone in the universe. Scientists have identified the strongest signs yet of life beyond our planet.
It is incredibly exciting that the discovery of life.
So this is the BBC reporting. Pause. BBC means the British Broadcasting Channel, guys. So telescope finds hints of life on distant planet. What the hell? Nah, say psych.
Life on another world would be the biggest discovery of all time.
Now, scientists searching for aliens are cautiously optimistic after discovering the strongest evidence yet of life on another planet.
From UFOs to possible alien abductions, we're fascinated by the idea of extraterrestrial life. Now, scientists have found the strongest evidence yet that a planet 124 light years away could be home to life.
124 light years away. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's far. It's far, guys. It's not 124 miles we're talking, or kilometers. It's 124 light years.
These are findings which have truly excited the scientific community and appear to answer the question asked since the dawn of humanity. Are we alone in the universe?
Researchers detected molecules in the atmosphere on the K218b, which on Earth are produced by marine organisms. More data is needed to confirm the findings.
What's being used in...
Yeah, right. Like, what if it's not like intelligent life as in Homo sapiens or extraterrestrial, but if it's but what if it's like alien life as in fish, you know, marine life? I mean, technically, if we find that, that's still crazy. I mean, that's still crazy. Like, hey, on a distant planet, we have, I guess, marine life. Yeah, still crazy, still nuts. But of course, like, you know, when you talk about aliens and extraterrestrial, you mean like actual like humanoid creatures like us that are way superior, way ahead, and you know, maybe they got all the medications, and maybe they, you know, whenever and they don't go bald essentially, right? Yeah. You know, they never get the ED issues either, so they are superior in a lot of aspects. Okay, they never have any of these issues, and they got like medications for all that. So yeah, but what if it's just like fish, bro? Like, yeah.
And this is the James Webb Telescope, which is a $10 billion world's most powerful telescope.
10 billion?
It is relied upon by thousands of astronomers across the world, and it has detected...
Bro, I could have made that for 2 pennies, bro. Like, I could have went to China and make it for 2 pennies, bro. 10 billion? Yeah, waste your money, man. Waste your money.
Is relied upon by thousands of astronomers across the world, and it has detected certain gases that are only found where living things have been. So sort of like a chemical footprint. So if you imagine carbon dioxide, for example, something that we breathe out, it is produced by living beings.
We have found evidence for possible biological activity on an exoplanet.
2 gases, dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, which on Earth are only generated by living organisms like algae and microscopic plants, suggesting this exoplanet is teeming with microbial life.
This is a monumental discovery. It is very important, but we also have to be extremely cautious. The reason is that this is one of the biggest questions we have asked as a species in all of science, and we have to deal with it very carefully, in that we want to be really, really robust in establishing whether this is actually life that we are seeing.
There have been false alarms in the past with
Yeah, right, like what if it turns out it's just like Simpsons there, right? Like living there. Yeah, exactly, right? You never know, you never know.
Signatures like these detected elsewhere, which turned out to be incorrect. But scientists here say they are 99.7% confident in their findings.
it will inspire people to look further and read further about this. So I think this is a very good step for science in general, but for the well-being of our population.
What are your thoughts on this one, guys? You think it's just part of Project Blue Balls? You think they're trying to hype us all up for absolutely nothing? Or you think it's the fake alien invasion? It's gonna be, this is the beginning. They are gonna be starting the fake alien invasion. Or you think it's actually legit? I wanna know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to the homie Jaymez and this guy that actually recorded in Colombia. Roll it. Check this out. Shout out to Germany Company on YouTube. Beep beep. So yeah, cars in the background. So this one is Colombia.
This reminds me a lot of the sphere that supposedly landed at the Manchester airport.
That one was around the time of New Jersey drones and UFOs. Wait for it. Because this is something that people have already kind of seen. At least most of you, I'm assuming. But there's more. There's more.
So this thing is literally flying around Colombia.
Maybe he was looking for Pablo Escobar, you know?
Looks real.
Yeah. Mom! Get the camera!
So there has to be other people who saw this also.
Yeah, there's no way. Because it's going over, yeah, you got cars in the background.
Video really looks legit at first.
At first, yeah.
There's just too many cuts and edits. It's kind of weird. And then it lands.
Okay, right here, it felt like that. Yeah, weird cut, but to me, if it's legit, okay? If it's legit, it feels like that the guy saw it land somewhere and it ran towards it. And in between, he had a cut in video. So that's why now, once he gets closer, he's breathing a little heavily as though he ran towards it. I'm trying to make a case for if it's legit. Now, if it's fake, well, you got a lot of cuts. And there's a whole lot of inconsistencies with it like that. Plus, we saw it being flying around the city. So you're telling me that there's no other angle, no other person saw it and recorded? Yeah, you know what I mean? There's gotta be at least like a couple of other people recording it, but so far there isn't, or maybe there is. We'll find out.
And the video ends. You gotta be kidding me. Let's take a look at the other one.
And right here it ends, right? So that's the thing. Now we got another one.
Y un globo no es.
Esto is like bouncing. It hits the ground and then bounces.
Como algo extraño.
It's floating, yeah.
Wait. So, at this moment over here, could be just a coincidence, but look at the branch. It seems to be reacting to the sphere. It could be the wind. Look at that.
Yeah, this one you mean?
Let's see it again. That small tree branch over there, it seems to be reacting with the sphere. See what I mean?
Yeah, but that could just be the wind, honestly. Because, yeah, I mean, because the other branches should have been moving too. I mean, you can make the case for anything right now, okay? Because, okay, so if that was the wind and this branch is moving, why didn't the other branch move? Exactly, right? Now, if this... yeah, it's hard to say, honestly.
Yeah, that's weird.
No es súper rápido. Es una pelota, no es ni un globo.
Yeah. Come down! In the name of the law, come down! We'll give you Scooby snacks! We'll give you chicken nuggets, McNuggets, double cheeseburger!
It looks like the same thing that was supposedly seen at the Manchester airport, and many of the other metallic spheres that are seen all over the world, including the alien pods, but we're gonna get there.
We're gonna relax, you're gonna get some, is what he's trying to say.
Why is the video quality so bad?
Bruh. Yeah, we're in 2025, but That's the thing, man. If the video quality is bad, everybody's like, yo, man, potato quality, man. But if the video quality is amazing, everybody's like, nah, man, you know, it's way too good to be true. You know, it's CG, fake, this, that. Now, I get it. I mean, we're living in strange times, guys. 2025, years of distractions, years of deceptions. Yeah, man, it's everything can be faked. I mean, technically speaking, there are people that record high-quality videos, you know, and then add fake UFO in it, and then they dumb down the resolution too, make it appear as bad quality, because the worse the quality is, the real it seems, as in seems more believable. Of course, we all don't want bad quality videos, but it seems a lot more believable that way. Just don't know why. Maybe it's because we're used to seeing like bad quality videos, so whenever we have like a good quality videos, we're like, you know, there's something wrong with it, you know, something wrong with it, man. But no, interesting indeed, if legit. It's not the worst quality imaginable, but it's not the best either. But it's not the worst. I mean, you can clearly see. Of course, even if the quality was amazing, I don't think you would be able to see all the details on the UFO itself, unless the guy had a really good lens and a DSLR camera, right? Exactly. I mean, with a phone camera, even with like the latest iPhone or Samsung S25 Ultra Pro Max, this or that, zooming in 100, you're not gonna get you're not gonna be able to capture all the details of the UFO. But wait for it.
The previous video had good quality. This one doesn't.
I mean, it's alright. Like, it's alright. I mean, ain't that bad, but...
So you're telling me that a metallic sphere is flying with no propulsion system over Colombia and just one person saw it?
Yeah.
So I researched and I found more videos. Apparently these things are everywhere. Why now? Not only that, what is it about this technology that we supposedly have to control space and time? All of a sudden, we have this technology? For how long?
Yeah, this guy, I mean, I saw this video float around on Twitter or X, and it's going viral because this lad said, we have us Homo sapiens, we as humans, we have the technology to mess around with time and space. It's about to hit you soon. Real quick, I want to say shout out to all of you guys for following over on the Grams. If you do have the Instagram, I would definitely love to have you there. Links are always down below. Or you can search up the word Skizzle, same as my YouTube channel username, and you will find it. I would love to have you there just in case something happens, okay? And also, if you do have Twitter or X, I would love to have you there. Same as my YouTube channel username. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo-boo.
Tensioned regulatory regime of the 1970s became an ever-tightening ratchet, first hampering America's ability to become a net energy exporter, and then making it harder and harder to build. But we are capable of so much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow and improve productivity.
And is this thing related to this technology? How does it all connect? But before we take a look into that, and the massive sightings, and the metallic spheres, let's first finish watching the Germany company videos, because it just gets more and more interesting.
Yeah, apparently the guy grabs it. I don't know,
so
man.
This is whoever does not want to be identified actually retrieving this sphere in Colombia.
And he pets it like a...
sphere in Colombia.
Supposed, yeah. And he grabs it like it was some chihuahua, you know? Yo, could you imagine? Could you imagine? We've heard so many horror stories of people encountering these UFOs or coming in close contact, and then they have like all those burns on their skin. The radiation burns, right? Radiation sickness. And he just was like, okay, you know what? Let me just, come to Papa, come to Papa.
Again, why is the quality so bad? Oh my gosh, the video cuts. Oh,
and the video cuts.
You gotta be kidding me. So, let's take a look at this. So this is a close-up of them analyzing the sphere on March 10th. And let's take a look at this.
How do you know this is real? But, holy... How do you sit inside? It gotta be those
close-up.
It gotta be those 1.5 foot tall aliens that you heard about, right? Like those little ones that, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be able to pet them, right? Like a good old chihuahua, hey, good boy, good boy. But the 9 feet tall aliens, bro? Yeah, bro. I mean, they're gonna pat us down, bro.
But the object. And we have these writings over here. These writings. Let's compare it to alien writings from recovered craft, shall we?
The X-shaped one, right?
Declassified documents. But before we do that, this kind of reminds me of the Bat's Mystery Sphere from the 1970s. If you don't know about this, the Bat's Mystery Sphere is a strange object that the Bat's family found near their home in Fort George Island, Florida, 1974. It's a metal sphere that's a little smaller than a bowling ball. When the family took the sphere home, they said it started to behave by itself. Their accounts were of sphere rolling by itself, making noises, and vibrating. And here's a snippet of an interview that was done with 5 serious scientists back at the time.
I have no knowledge of how the sphere itself happened to be in the place where I found it. As I've stated previously, when I found it, it was on top of the ground. It was not embedded. I saw no charred marks, no big indentations in the ground. In fact, it looks as if someone had taken it and set it in the spot.
As I understand it, it moves around the table and won't fall off the edge.
I'd like Dr. Harder, who's our scientific expert, to say more about that.
Yeah, but vision
oh my God.
That comes up as the fact that, you would make them.
You guys not gonna cover it? What if it bounces though?
Now this thing was taken so seriously that even the US Navy did an X-ray on this sphere, and this is what they found. Inside of it there were these 3 smaller spheres and what looks like a wire filament running and some other anomalies such as this one. You can also notice the different densities on the interior of the sphere. And this is a supposed video of this sphere in the Museum of Weird.
Oh my God, that is insane.
Now one thing about this sphere is it had no writings on it, which makes me think that maybe this one in Colombia might not be the same thing or even the real deal. So let's try to compare the writings. So I found a couple of supposed alien writings. In this one, for example,
Rick Doty shares a symbol. I believe Rick Doty is the guy that was CIA, and now it's ex-CIA, and he did acknowledge the fact that he brought in misinformation to the UFO community to mess around with people. So he later admitted that and basically was saying that, okay, now he's speaking the truth. Yes, we're not alone and all that, right? But initially he was misinformation plant. Shares a symbol that he says was found on an abductee. The symbol appears to match an occult language known as Enochian or Enochian. Enochian was popularized by 16th century mystics John Dee and Edward Kelly. Is this the alien language reported by experiencers or abductees rather?
Is coming from abductees. The symbol appears to match an occult language known as Enochian. So this is the symbol that was found.
Yeah, so this is Richard Doty or Rick Doty. So yeah, now he's a TV personality, but he's a former Air Base intelligence operator, so maybe not CIA, my bad on that. So former Air Force intelligence operative, and he did claim by himself, his words, yeah, he was the misinformation plant. So whenever there would be like UFO information or UFO sightings where people would go crazy, he would plant fake stuff in it. Therefore, it would cause the skeptics to not believe even like the legitimate stuff. So later on, he basically acknowledged that, and in other words, if you want to believe that, in other words, yeah, so we're not alone, and yeah, it's wild.
Found on the abductee. Let's take a screenshot out of it. Then we also have an incident known as the Kecksburg UFO incident in December 9th, 1965 in Pennsylvania, where an object supposedly landed, then it was covered up. These are some of the writings that were supposedly found in it. So let's take a screenshot out of that. And now let's compare these.
Chat GPT or Chat CCP? Whoa.
Okay, so interesting. Image 1 with 2. So image 1 would be this one. 26% similarity. 1 with 3. 44%. Huh. Shit. Now we have image 2 versus 3, 52% similarity. This is somewhat interesting. Alright, so let's watch this supposed interview that they have.
Cali, to the people who are arriving.
Well, here we are at the place where we agreed to pick up Mr. Jose. We are in Buga. This here is called Park Cabal. We are going to pick them up here at the entrance in front of what looks like the Palace of Justice.
So Mr. Jose is the guy who saw the sphere, is that it? So the interview itself is really hard to watch because it was dubbed in a very bad way to English. So I did you guys a favor and already watched it. So what happens is, he explains why he cut the video so many times. And this is because this thing kept swooshing over to one side of the sky to the other, and he kept changing directions, and that's about it. Then he goes over to the same place that he recovered this sphere.
I mean, it makes sense, but...
Exactly.
But it's hard to believe.
Well, here I remember that I got down and stayed still here for a while. It fell on this side. This was the piece that fell here. So, I delayed picking it up because I was scared because of something that you don't even know about.
Wait a minute, there is a discrepancy here. In the upper video, there seems to be less vegetation than the one where he records and recovers this object. It's as if he recorded this video before 2025 and released it just now. So if this is the case, it would maybe explain why certain takes in his video seem to be low quality or low resolution. But why would they release this video and say it was recorded on March 2025 if it wasn't? That's weird, isn't it? There's also a picture of him with this thing, and there's one thing that I noticed. It looks too new.
Yeah, I mean, damn. Like, he got it or just around him like it was some chihuahua, like, you know, like how you would have a chihuahua around you. If you got a dog, if you have dogs, guys, make sure you pet them. Because, yeah, make sure you pet them, guys. Send my love, man. This guy's like petting it like it's some chihuahua, bro.
It doesn't look like it's been flying around for too long, which is odd. But here's the thing, is this an isolated incident? Or are there more of these spheres flying around just like the drones and the orbs? It all started with one of them, and then there were massive sightings all over the world. And while going deeper into this, I found something very strange. Posted one day ago by Julio Barbosa in Colombia. What a coincidence. So this could be the real thing. Look at this.
Extraña esfera se deja ver en el cielo de Medellín, Colombia.
Another one of those?
Looks really similar to the one captured by Jose. Oh my gosh. Why Colombia though?
Pablo Escobar, probably. Maybe they're looking for the Coco, the Nesquik and all that, right? But did you see this video? If not, guys, click on this video on the screen. We apparently got that crash, massive crash UFO, and it was reported live on news as well. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.